Hello story I want to tell you. You guys today takes place at California, USA, with strong economy. California is known for its strength and diversity. As a technology solution center, the culture and heritage of Los Angeles and San Francisco is located in California. Bustling urban centers, globally renowned protagonist of. The story is called J.C. Bill Gates. Born on May 3rd, 1980, J.C. is a smart and beautiful girl. She lives with mother and stepfather life. She is very happy with her mother and stepfather loved her. Very much at first, her family live in the city of Arcadia in Los Angeles, but then her parents wanted to looking for a safer community for children, so they moved to live in the town of Maya, is about 700 kilometers away. June 10th, 1991, it was a thing. 2 weeks early that morning, my mother JC is Mrs. Terry Probin, the worker. The placement of a print in a printing house has gone to work. From early morning, the wire was only 11 years old. Then she wore a fancy pink outfit, and walk alone from home to destination, catch the school bus. Halfway there is a grey car on the road. She approached the first stop and rolled down the window. Down, she thought that man temporarily stopped the car to ask for directions only, so she took the initiative to go straight there. But no suspected the man in the car had used an electric shock gun attacks. Her aunt made her dizzy. Then there was a woman sitting in the car, ran down, quickly carried her into the car and left it. That area is not far from JC's house. The flag was at that time her stepfather was the Probin, happened to witness the scene. My daughter was dragged into a car right at home. He hurriedly chased after the car, but it was too late. Too late, the father not only did not chase in time, but not even the license plate number. Looking clearly, I could only see 2 people in the car, including a woman. Right after that, he immediately called the police. American police counter fast water. Only within hours, the vehicle's local media has continuously reported news of the incident and call for public attention. I hope to have the cooperation of all people. Rescue the girl as soon as possible. Scene a large police force was deployed. Join the search with helicopters and dogs. The profession is also mobilized. There are also many volunteers participating. Join the search team, but unfortunately could not find any clues. Also based on your description and JC's stepfather ticket back portrait of suspect. But after all, about the way they see is too far to guarantee, ensure the accuracy of the portrait. Step stays after tens of thousands of flyers and posters have been sent to businesses, industries across the United States because of their beloved color. PC's favorite color is pink, so town covered with colored ribbon spink as a reminder of disappearance, hers, and as a show of support community, support for JC's family to continue to expand the influence of the mother. Also founded an organization named Jackie's Hope in gratitude to the volunteer advisors and fundraising efforts. Fund then, t-shirt, sports, jacket, apply missing person, poster JC is also widely spread. There is even a special singer who composed a song for her. The incident quickly attracted attention. Across the United States, even exported appear on popular TV shows, America Mode. Unfortunately, even though everyone tried very hard, still can't find JC. In desperate, police began to wonder that is the perpetrator, an acquaintance or not, and the first person they thought of was their father. Uncle, because he was a direct witness. If he is the mastermind, then the police, it's understandable that I can't find her. The police then took JC's stepfather into custody. Come to the station to hold chalk. They also check Sedley to him, but nothing unusual. So they removed him from the list of provinces as the second person seen. almost to the point of being her biological father, Ken Layton. They also suspect that perhaps due to Mr. Ken wanted his daughter to stay with him, have applied some coercive methods like that, but after investigation they found out, it turns out that Ken doesn't even know I had a child, and it turned out he and his mother, Wary JC, had a relationship with each other, but then they broke up, and Mum JC also did not reveal that she had children, so the father of Zayshi also removed from Angifam list due to no suspect was found in the case. From then on, also been stalled over the past year, also gradually forgotten people rumored that may have been left in one place, some deserted place, and she was gone live. Despite what many people think, JC's mum still doesn't give up. She always asserted that her daughter was still alive. The notices for people and JC have been distributed over £1 million over time. People have also used technology to simulate her appearance when she grows up. But JC seems to have disappeared from the world without leaving any clues. So where did she really go? She went. What bad things to go through next? Together we will push back, time back to that fateful day, on the 1st June 10th, 1991, June 1991 that day, after when being dragged into the car, the wire rope vaguely heard a dialogue between a man and a woman. He and the woman, oh my God, we actually caught it and ran away. Success is unbelievable. When fully awake, JC was in the way. Her home about 180 kilometers away. At that time, the world before her eyes completely changed. She was kept in a dilapidated warehouse. Around is a series of tattered tents covered with. The plastic sheet inside was filled with things, old and trash. At first glance, it looks like an abandoned backyard with no one paying attention. To the people who brought her here is a crazy couple. The husband is Philip's radio, and the wife should be inferred, Phillips. He was born in California. In 1951, after finishing high school at the age of 21, he attacked a girl 14 years old and played tricks on her, even though he was caught. But the girl's family, in order to protect her reputation for their child, they did not let her testify in court. That helped Philip escape from legal punishment thereafter. The Philippines has continued to move towards a marriage during cohabitation. He continuously attacked his wife, causing her to. The wife wanted a divorce at that time. He wanted to arrest her. Wife must follow him in the end. The wife took legal action, and the two of them separated. Divorce. Thang Kong until 1976, 25-year-old Filipino, kidnapped a woman, 25-year-old female, named Catherine. The girl was kept in a warehouse, in 5 tongues, and was perverted one. The police officer on patrol then noticed a car parked in front of the house. The warehouse felt strange. He went inside to check. That makes the matter brought to light the testimony of Catherine in court. He was helpless. The final argument he used to get him sentenced to 50 years prison. And the strange thing is that while he was NNC, often visits Uncla in prison, and she is not Felipe's heart, from which the two developed, became a couple on the 5th October 1981. Nancy and the Philippines miraculously married in prison to date August 26, 1988. After 11 years in prison in the Philippines, was paroled for treason and was imprisoned. Electronic ankle bracelet of the district prosecutor's office. The method will also regularly come to the house to check, investigate to prevent him from continuing committed the crime. However, he showed no remorse, hate, but want to commit another crime against his wife. Like the mind has a problem, knowing her husband's thoughts not only did not prevent, but also agree to participate. Therefore, the couple worked together to drive around the city. By chance, they saw the guy walking alone on the road, so they did not hesitate, hand with JC, and finally between her in soundproof shed in the backyard. Here is one recording studio built by Philip, so even if JC screams, no one heard. Him next handcuffed her and forced her to wear nothing. I told him not to scream and get out. Her parents' warehouse does not need her. She is a homeless. People outside have a pack of dogs, big hunt, to guard the house. If she dares to run, escape the hounds that will tear her to peace. Peace in first week. JC, still cuffed hands, and the only person in contact with her was Philippines. He sometimes brings she some fast food and chat. He gave her a bucket toused for toilet. He constantly sleep with her, at least once a week. Phillips also did not, in the next 3 years, allow solitude to write even him, also not allowing her to mention the name of herself, and they gave her one fake name is Elisa. Then go to Philippines, also brought her a TV but only allows her to view purchased channels, shopping, and she also did not know that everybody. April 3rd, 1994, Philippines unexpectedly brought. Give her some cooked food here the first time she ate those things besides cheap food. Since being arrest him changed the way we treat him. She was because at that time she had a child. With at that time JC was only 13 years old in the Philippines. He will not take her to the hospital, find information and teach her skills needed for childbirth. August 18, 1994, JC had born her first daughter, and she also smiled, long lost, because finally, she takes good care of her daughter. Through what she learned on TVI in 1997, JC gave birth to her second daughter. To have more space for 2 children, living in the Philippines has stopped one more time. Big tent in the backyard. JC is allowed out of the room, and carried the baby into the tent, even though the 2 children were born by her. But to please his wife, Philip started 2 kids. Mum still has strings, then took on the role of the older sister of 2. The child, he felt that the only way letting children grow up is cheating the investigation. Investigation of light and reality of people. Everyone thought the 2 children were his, of pitch black and without a doubt. By 2009, 18 years had passed. Since when JC was taken away, her mother was still not there, gave up, and finally made a new breakthrough also. Appeared on August 24, 2009, Philippines stole the FBI office in San Francisco and leave a note stating your opinion, his religion and gender, mainly to describe that he realized his mistakes, my previous mistake, and his is no more commit another crime. He can help those other people do the same thing. He also brought his 2 daughters to the mold. University of California student Topley's teach about religion process above, coincidentally, involved the police department of the school at that time. He met the principal, Lisa Campbell, during the meeting. Phillips, she thinks he is a freak at the same time. She also noticed 2 little girls. The Philippines brought in all behaved very strangely. Both have a kind of fear towards Phillips and always gloomy. They are very reserved and show Lisa was extremely submissive to Philip at that time. Felt something was wrong. To cautiously, she asked Phillips to sign on the cell paper. He returned on the day. The next day, she secretly asked a police officer. Police investigated him closely. After the investigation, she discovered that Philip was Amen with multiple criminal records until afternoon. The next day, the Philippines returned with 2 p.m. appointment with 2 girls, and they saw that the girls looked very pale as if not being received exposure to sunlight during a long time. Later, Lisa also contact Philip's supervisor for more information. Find out the situation. When the probationer heard Phillips leading 2 children, they also sweat cold because of his past crimes. Then he prohibited from living with minors, so the investigators went to the house of the Philippines to investigate the relationship of him with 2 girls. However, they only found wife Nancy and mother. His old man stayed at home and his two girls did. Philip was not found afterwards, explained that the two girls are cheating on each other. He and the children's parents agreed, allow him to bring them to university. Investigators at that time requested he took the children and their parents go to the parole office to explain the matter, and tomorrow, to the day after the 26th August 2009 Philippines, and two daughters went to the parole office here, Philippines, his relatives, and the two girls are his children. Eliza JC also admitted that she is Alice, and the two girls are his two daughters. She also said that Philip was a person, good man, he treats her very well, and the children. Her two daughters also joined in, saying that the Philippines is very be good to them, and Mum, look at the context. So it seems like Phillips is a good man, that is, because the Philippines has prepared for the situation, that situation from the day before, but when the houses, the investigation will attempt to verify the identity of JC, then the problem arose to find out the facts. The investigators have carried out, mother and child were born. Find out information. When pressed to provide details, May, confirming her identity, has become extremely defensive and agitated about things. The investigator then invited more police to present the final situation. Before JC, police took the courage to talk about her real name. She previously said her name is JC. 18 years ago, she was Filipino couple arrested and held. He lived in his backyard without any able to escape the police. Were shocked when heard the story above and immediately forced husband and wife to lick mother. JC got a call from the police. Her emotions were so overwhelming she couldn't believe it, that she could see her daughter again later. 18 years of searching, the two later met. Together, JC kept hugging Mom, crying very. Luckily at that time, JC and his daughter were both. Her stepfather was very happy and healthy. When he met her again, even though the police had eliminated her, he was removed from the suspect list. But during the past time, there were still many people suspect that he is the culprit. So he had to suffer. Very tired police then arrived at the area where the Racy was held before the scene, made the scene absolutely amazing conditions here. Too bad. The backyard has two temporary sheds. There is a lot of rubbish and discarded items around. Next to it was a grey car, the car Phillips used to take her away. The room JC stayed in was extremely shabby. I can't believe she went through this. Over 18 years, in such an environment, taking care of two daughters alone. The Philippines was then forced to pay 29 of the at first. He did not plead guilty, but before the evidence he had also suffered the crimes until the 2nd June 2011 under state law. Philippines sentenced to 431 years in prison. The god of death was sentenced to 36 years in prison. However, the case is still not over, because there are many people indirectly causing it tragedy. On Philip was a rich man. The sentence he had to endure after his release. Government surveillance on record. Officially, every once in a while, the department parole is to send someone to check the house of Phillips. Since JYC was taken away, investigators entered Phillips' home 60 times, but they didn't find any strange traces there. The backyard is also not policed. Put him under suspicion because of his house. He is only a 2-hour drive from JC's house. In addition, in 1976, he had committed a crime against a girl near Nam Ho Tang Hao, where Jace lived. The police ignored too many clues. In 2002 Rescue Department, Fire received a call informing that a child in the family of Philippines was injured while swimming, and Phillips had no children, but the fire department did not inform the temporary department, and no one found out who the child was. 2006 neighbors of the Philippines also called the police to protect that they saw children living in the back of his house. An officer later went to see the Philippines and talked in 30 minutes, but the backyard is still not examined, can say that this also partly irresponsible and negligent of the police and government agencies. JCD lived in hell for 18 years. For the above reasons, in July 2010, the California state government has decided to compensate Rashi $20 million America due to their negligence. The sheriff of the local police department has also issued public statement expressing a plea error from JC's family, then also sued the U.S. government and claimed that Phillips has been drinking and using drugs, contraband, while on parole. This is an act parole. Violation should have been revoked parole and send him back home. Prison, if the government strictly enforces, then JC was not arrested, but the lawsuit was rejected by a U.S. court in 2010. Jace established the JC Foundation to serve the families of the ladies who experienced severe psychological trauma. In July 2011, JCD published a memoir based on the experiences of myself. It was sad and touching to read. 18 years in prison. What does long-term mean to you? With an 11-year-old girl, control and long-term brainwashing has made JC can not trust outsiders and not dare to easily reveal the true identity of me after returning to JC's family. Went through a difficult period, but with the help and good treatment of family, her family quickly stepped out of the shadow dark and live happily with family. In July 2016, Jace published the book, my second book, Freedom Book. My first. In a book on Jake mainly tells about her life after rescued and how she recovery and reintegration into the world. He hopes that through the book above, it may help some people live. Missing has gone through a similar experience for. To this day, I still believe that each of us holds the key to happiness. Your own happiness, try hold it as much as possible. Video today ends here, and see you soon. See you in the next videos. Hello.